Hello, children. Welcome to your English class. This is your English teacher, Balwinder Singla. I hope you all are taking good care of your health and spending your time fruitfully. So, I'm back again with another interesting video. Children, do you like chocolates? Yes, chocolate is such a thing which is liked not only by children but grown ups also. Now, just imagine how would you feel if you get a chance to visit a chocolate factory and get all your favorite chocolates for free? Wouldn't it be an amazing experience for you? Yes, in today's video, you are going to come across a story of one such young boy who wins a golden ticket to tour the mysterious and magical chocolate factory of Willy Wonka. So, let's start reading chapter 10, What It Said on the Golden Ticket, from your Living English book. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl describes the fantastic adventures of a boy named Charlie Bucket, and after he finds a ticket to visit Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. Here, adventures stand for the encountering of risks or taking risks. So, Charlie has some amazing adventures during this visit. Amazing means causing wonder. Charlie burst through the front door, shouting, "Mother, mother, mother." Here, burst through means he entered suddenly and he shouted, calling his mother. Mrs. Bucket was in the old grandparents' room, serving them their evening soup. "Mother!" yelled Charlie. Yelled means shouted. Rushing in on them like a hurricane means he was moving in a great hurry like a storm. "Look, I have got it. Look, mother, look. The last golden ticket. It's mine. I found some money in the street and I bought 2 bars of chocolate, and the second one had the golden ticket. And there were crowds of people all around me wanting to see it, and the shopkeeper rescued me and I ran all the way home, and here I am." So, Charlie showed the last golden ticket to his mother and told that it was his. He told her that he found some money in the street and he bought 2 bars of chocolate, and the second bar of chocolate had the golden ticket, and there were lots of people all around him. They wanted to see that golden ticket, and the shopkeeper rescued him. Rescued means he saved him from danger, and he ran all the way home, and there he was. "It's the 5th golden ticket, mother, and I have found it," he proudly said to his mother. Mrs. Bucket simply stood and stared. Stared means she looked fixedly, while the 4 old grandparents who were sitting up in the bed, balancing bowls of soup on their laps, all dropped their spoons with a clatter. Means all 4 old grandparents, they were sitting up in the bed and they balanced their bowls of soup as they were very old. All after listening this, they dropped their spoons with a sound and froze against their pillows. It means they stopped due to surprise. Means they were shocked. For about 10 seconds, there was absolute silence in the room. Absolute means complete silence. Nobody dared to speak or move. It means that nobody had enough courage to speak or move. They were in such a surprise. It was a magic moment. Then, very softly, Grandpa Joe said, "You are pulling our legs, Charlie, aren't you? You are having a little joke?" Here, it's an idiom. Grandpa Joe said to Charlie whether he was joking with them. "I am not," cried Charlie. Cried means said. Rushing up to the bed. So he ran up to the bed and holding out the large and beautiful golden ticket for him to see. Grandpa Joe leaned forward. Leaned means he bent forward and took a close look. Took a close look means he brought it close to his face. his nose almost touching the ticket. The others watched him, waiting for the verdict. Verdict means when we decide something after judging the facts. Then, very slowly, with a slow and marvelous grin, it means big and beautiful smile, spreading all over his face, Grandpa Joe lifted his head and looked straight at Charlie. The color was rushing to his cheeks and his eyes were wide open. It means he was greatly surprised. His face was shining with joy, and in the center of each eye, right in the very center, in the black pupil, a little spark of wild excitement was slowly dancing. Wild means great. So it shows that he was extremely happy. Then the old man took a deep breath, and suddenly, with no warning whatsoever, an explosion seemed to take place inside him. It means when sudden outbursts of emotions are there. He threw up his arms and yelled. Yelled means shouted. Yippee! And at the same time, his long bony body rose up. Bony means that he was so thin that his bones could be seen. So, with his long bony body rose up out of the bed and his bowl of soup went flying into the face of Grandma Josephine, and in one fantastic leap, leap means jump, this old fellow of 96 and a half, means it's his age, who hadn't been out of bed these last 20 years, jumped on to the floor and started doing a dance of victory in his pajamas. It shows how happy he was that he started dancing. Yippee! He shouted. 3 cheers for Charlie. Hip hip hooray! At this point, the door opened and Mr. Bucket walked into the room. He was cold and tired. Here, cold means he was silent and he was feeling tired also. And he looked it. All day long, he had been shoveling snow in the streets. It means removing snow from the streets with a shovel or spade. Cripes, he cried. Cripes, it's an action of surprise. What's going on in here? It didn't take them long to tell him what had happened. Long means long time. I don't believe it, he said. It's not possible. Show him the ticket, Charlie, shouted Grandpa Joe, who was still dancing around the floor like a dervish in his striped pajamas. Dervish is a member of Sufi family who spins around. So he was so excited that he started spinning like a dervish. Show your father the fifth and last golden ticket in the world. Let me see it, Charlie, Mr. Bucket said, collapsing into a chair. Collapsing means sitting suddenly and holding out his hand. Charlie came forward with the precious document. Means that golden ticket was very precious for him. It was a very beautiful thing. This golden ticket having been made so it seemed from a sheet of pure gold hammered out almost to the thinness of paper. It means that golden ticket was just looking like a thin sheet of pure gold. On one side of it, printed by some clever method in jet black letters, was the invitation itself from Mr. Wonka. Read it aloud, said Grandpa Joe, climbing back into bed again at last. Let's all hear exactly what it says. So all the members of the family were very excited and they wanted to know what was written in the invitation. Let's all hear exactly what it says. Mr. Bucket held the lovely golden ticket up close to his eyes. His hands were trembling slightly. Trembling means they were shaking. And he seemed to be overcome by the whole business. It means that he could not think clearly because Charlie had found the golden ticket. He took several deep breaths. Several means many. Then he cleared his throat, like and said, "All right, I will read it. Here we go." Mr. Bucket started reading the invitation letter written on one side of the golden ticket. So, this is the invitation. "Greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket. From Mr. Willy Wonka. I shake you warmly by the hand." So it seemed as if he was shaking his hands with him. "Tremendous things are in store for you." It means very great and extremely good things are in store for him. "Many wonderful surprises await you. For now, I do invite you to come to my factory and be my guest for one whole day. You and all others who are lucky enough to find my golden tickets. I, Willy Wonka, will conduct you around the factory myself." Conduct you around means show you around the factory myself. So Willy Wonka said that he would be showing the factory himself. So showing you everything that there is to see, and afterwards when it is time to leave, you will be escorted home. Escorted means accompanied home by a procession of large trucks. Means a large number of trucks coming one after another. These trucks, I can promise you, will be loaded with enough delicious eatables to last you and your entire household for many years. Means you will be getting so many delicacies and so many delicious eatables that will serve you for complete household for so many years. If at any time thereafter you should run out of supplies, it means if you are short of material, you have only to come back to the factory and show this golden ticket, and I shall be happy to refill your cupboard and whatever you want. He said that if any time they are having short of eating material with them, they can any time bring this golden ticket and he will be refilling their cupboard with whatever they wanted. In this way, you will be able to keep yourself supplied with tasty morsels. Tasty morsels means food for the rest of your life. But this is by no means the most exciting thing that will happen on the day of your visit. Means he wanted to say that this is not all. They are having so much more to happen. I am preparing other surprises that are even more marvelous and more fantastic for you and for all my beloved golden ticket holders. Means he wanted to say that there are so many more things to be given to them. Many surprises were there. So, mystic and marvelous surprises. Mystic means mysterious, which they cannot even think about. That will entrance, delight, intrigue, astonish, and perplex you beyond measure. It means that will fill with wonder, happiness, curiosity, surprise, and confuse you behind measure. In your wildest dreams, you could not imagine that such things could happen to you. Just wait and see. And now, here are your instructions. After that, he gave them instructions in an invitation. The day I have chosen for the visit is the first day in the month of February. So, he had chosen the first day in the month of February to visit his chocolate factory. On this day and on no other, you must come to the factory gates at 10 o'clock sharp in the morning. So, he had invited them to come at the factory gates at 10 o'clock sharp in the morning on the first day in the month of February. He said, don't be late, and you are allowed to bring with you either one or two members of your own family to look after you and to ensure means to make sure that you don't get into mischief. Mischief means harm or misbehave. And one more thing, be certain means be sure to have this ticket with you. Otherwise, you will not be admitted. He further said that you have to bring this golden ticket with you, otherwise they will not be permitted to enter the place. Signed, Willy Wonka. So, Charlie was really lucky to have that golden ticket which served their entire family for many years. So, children, I hope you all enjoyed the story. As you can see that this golden ticket had changed their life. So that's all for today's class. We will meet in our next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye.